Conspiracy Journal podcast. The transmission starts now.
All right, everybody. Oh, fuck. Well.
Great start. Well,
the best
fuck.
intro.
Well, fuck. I'm Michelle.
What's up, Michelle? My name's Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. Bobby.
I'm Greg.
Greg's over there.
Greggy. We are the Conspiracy Journal podcast. And today, we are doing celebrity UFO sightings.
Should I hit one of these buttons?
Yeah,
see
do
what
it.
this
Yeah,
one
let's see
is.
what it is.
Celebrity. Say it again.
Celebrity UFO sightings. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
The thing's
Oh,
down.
it's because of this. Hold on. One more time.
Reggie.
All right. One more time.
Okay. Celebrity UFO sightings. Ooh. That was pleasant. That was very pleasant. I liked
really
it a lot.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was like almost like the end of a PSA on a Saved by the Bell episode or something
Sure.
like that.
Yeah. Jesse, get
An
off.
emotional moment had just
Oh,
happened,
yeah.
and that like threw us to commercial or something, or
Like
to the next scene.
A more you know type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop doing drugs.
So excited.
Okay, so celebrities are people too. That's first and foremost. Also, plus, let me just disclaimer, everyone listening, you will hear me typing. You will hear me flipping papers because I don't know how to take notes. And so I've decided to do them in all the forms. I have a book with a lot of Post-its and a lot of highlighting. I've got a computer. I have a Excel sheet. I've got a Word document. I've got my notes and I've got my phone. I got a lot of sources here. I got a lot of scattered things going on.
There's a lot of highlighters and a lot of Post-it notes scattered throughout this book and
It's
all
essentially
over the table.
The map with yarn and pins pointing everywhere.
It's
No,
I'm sorry. I don't know how else to.
I mean, it's what you would think of when you're like, oh, I'm doing research. And in your head, like if it was for a movie or a show or something, it's just papers everywhere.
Yeah, that's me. I'm papers everywhere right now. So you're going to hear them. And I'm sorry. I tried to not, but I can't help it. So most of the information that I got for this episode is from a book called UFOs Among the Stars, written by our founder, Timothy Green Beckley. This book is awesome. Hands down, my favorite book of his that I've read so far because it's so fun. Beckley writes it like first person, so you're really kind of getting to know him as well. And so one of his shticks was he wrote for a lot of different magazines and other publications all the time. So he was like freelance writer running around the city, interviewing celebrities, rock stars who really liked rock music. So he would hang out at different venues and like stand by the stage door and wait for rock stars to come out and interview them. He did this at the Ed Sullivan Theater. And one day he finds his way backstage and runs into our buddy, William Shatner. And he does like a pretty great interview with him. And in that interview, which I've quoted here, I've got a lot of quotes today because I don't want to, misrepresent what a lot of these celebrities are saying with my own bullshit summary. One of the things that William Shatner said that I thought was epic is, and I quote, "Well, if I were a little green man on a flying saucer and I wanted to get publicity, who would I contact faster than Captain Kirk of the Starship Enterprise?" And so he said that he would keep that kind of front of mind when he was thinking about like whether or not aliens were real. And so he kind of thought in this like rather egotistical way that if they're coming to Earth, if they're coming here, they're definitely going to be talking to me, So he was always kind of on the lookout for them. But he can't say whether or not he ever actually saw one. And one of the things Tim Beckley said to him is, in other words, you're trying to tell us you were sending telepathic messages to UFOs and aliens? And he was like, I didn't say that. I thought that was pretty funny.
What a wild way to think of yourself.
Yeah.
That's like, if aliens are coming, they're definitely coming to me.
Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah.
But Shatner does have a story for us. So one day he's riding his motorcycle with a couple of his buddies through the desert and he hits a hole and his motorcycle fucking falls over. He wipes out. He eats shit. His buddies keep going. And it's like noon, he says. It's like high sun, full blast, desert heat. He faints. So he's out of it and he wakes up. He's all by himself. He doesn't know what the fuck he's going to do. He can't get the motorcycle to start. And he explains that he's trying to push the motorcycle, forward and it just won't go. So now he's trying to back it up and it won't go. And he's trying to go to the left and it won't go. And he doesn't get into like whether or not he can't get the handlebars to move, or like what it is about not being able to go in that direction exactly. But he's able to go right. And so he's like, fuck it, I guess I'll just go right. And he did mention that he does not know why he didn't leave the motorcycle. He's like, I don't know if I thought someone was going to steal it in the middle of the desert. Like, I don't know why I had to take the motorcycle with me, but I did. So he goes to the right, and he says that he can see some kind of figure in the distance, maybe waving him on or beckoning him over or something, kind of hard to see. And he's walking his motorcycle for a while, and he runs into a gas station in the desert.
Okay.
And essentially saves his life. Like, had he walked to
Say
the
if
left.
he went to the left.
Yeah.
Holy
or walked
shit.
any of the other directions, you know, maybe we wouldn't have Will Shatner anymore. Maybe Bill would be dead. But maybe an alien saved him. We don't know. And he won't say that, like, he believes that that was an alien, or he believes that it was a ghost or anything. He's just like, these are just the facts as they are.
Well, yeah. A world with no Shatner is no world at all.
Yeah, that's what my mom always said.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom says that every day. Okay, so that's all Billy. Later, like many years later, actually, Timothy Beckley was on William Shatner's TV show. One of those, you know, unbelievable shows or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean when I say that, right?
Yeah. Unbelievable,
Yeah.
believable with William Shatner.
The unbelievable truth or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so right on. Next guy.
That's that.
Right on. That's that. Well, here's the thing, you guys. If I don't speed through these guys, we're never going to get through these guys. So we got to go. All right. So the next guy up is Ed Asner.
Yeah.
Okay. So this
Old
guy,
Eddie.
I didn't know. All right. So he, like, his name I recognize, but like, I'm so young. This is before my time. I don't know who this guy is. And so I look him up, and he was the newsroom guy on the Mary Tyler Moore show. Mandy Moore. It's not what I meant. And I was like, all right, yeah, that's fine. But then it turns out that that's not how I know him, because I didn't watch the Mary Tyler Moore show. I know him as the guy from Up. And I know what you're thinking. That was a cartoon. But like, this dude looks like the guy from Up. If you just Google Ed Asner old, it looks just like that.
It's the Up guy?
He's
Okay.
fucking crazy. So anyway, he was in the military when he was a little baby, you know, military age baby. And he was stationed out in New Jersey somewhere, I don't know. And he remembers one particular sunny afternoon at around noon, or 1200 hours. The base was in an uproar. One of the enlisted men had come running in and started telling everyone that there was a formation of flying saucers overhead. And so everybody runs out, and they're like, this is fucking crazy. The whole base is going bananas.
Sorry, where's the
pause.
base?
I think it was in Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, but
Okay.
I did not actually write that down, so that could be a false memory.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody's fucking tripping. They get engineers and like all of the smart people to start trying to figure out like how fast these guys are going and how far they are, you know, how far away they are based on all their like UFO math and whatnot. And so this goes on for days, he said. So this is what I'm going to quote him. He says, men kept busy for several days tracking these strange discs through binoculars and calculating their speeds, which I were told were astronomical, with sophisticated scientific instrumentation. And then he said everything dies down and some of the big dogs come in. And they say to everyone, because everyone at this base they're mostly like privates.
Big dogs are like generals.
I have no idea the order, but like, yeah, bigger dogs. Most of these guys are privates. And so they suck. They're not allowed to know anything. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So generals or whomever come in and they say,
dogs.
The big dogs.
the big dogs come in, you know what
It's
I mean?
official titles.
Oh, so big dog.
So Ed Asner is like literally just about every single person at this base has seen the UFOs. And so one day the big dogs come in and they say, and I quote, if you went home yesterday and told your wife you saw a UFO, you will go home today and tell her that you didn't.
Damn.
Boom, fucking big dogged ya, right? So that was it. That was Ed Asner's
Say
story.
if I already told her.
Oh, we got a killer. Or we're gonna have to come out with the Men in
that's-
Black fucking beam. Tell her
that's
you lied. Go
that's what
back
they're
and
saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. You
You
already
already
told
her.
her. So now you got to go home
Tell
and
her
tell
you
her like
didn't.
you
Oh,
really.
I
You were
see.
kidding.
No.
I was mistaken.
I was mistaken. It turned out we have this beautiful formation of flying discs.
Guess
now.
what,
Yeah,
Mary
guess what?
Sue? When I told you yesterday that I saw a UFO, I was very mistaken. It was an airplane, and I'm so sorry.
And a weather balloon and some swamp gas.
Swamp
Gas
Yes.
lady.
Yes, baby.
And just to confirm, Ed Asner was actually the old man and up,
The old man and up is the cartoon.
voiced by Ed Asner.
No.
Yes.
So he looks like him and voiced him?
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Okay. Well, the more you know.
Play the button. Hit the button.
Wrong button.
That works, though. Yeah.
Wrong button, but you know what? I'll take an applause any good goddamn day. All right, moving right on
I'm
to.
gonna start using these buttons way more often.
Hell yeah, dude. Just hit them.
It's gonna be random too, because I'm not gonna know.
Perfect.
Oh, we don't know. So everyone home listening, we have a fancy pants podcasting board with a lot of buttons on it. We don't know what any of them
We couldn't
do.
possibly label them.
We couldn't ever test any of this beforehand. So we're just hitting buttons and seeing what happens. So, okay, we're going now to Charles Bronson.
Charlie Browns.
Dude, epic. Okay, I can say this because Timothy Beckley was my uncle.
Uh-huh.
This chapter is bullshit. Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson.
Great
did-
opener. Great opener.
Charles Bronson gets a really big picture, and when you buy the book, it's page 13.
Look at that.
Big picture.
Look at that.
Yeah, I
Really?
I mean, he was in a lot of great films, but one of them being Death Wish.
Death
Oh
Wish,
yeah,
for sure.
really
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
Death Wish star Charles Bronson
Yeah.
has an intruder visit his Bel Air estate. His wife saw it. Charlie wasn't even home. He was out filming something, but he does stand by his woman. So what happens
Did
is
she get a name?
shit.
Well, that's the thing. If the story is like completely,
I mean,
cutting
that
her
was
out,
like a
then-
genuine question. I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. I was like, do we know her name in the story?
We do. So my uncle also loved ladies, you know, so he called her the charming actress wife, which to me means babe. She was probably a babe, and her name was Jill.
All right, Jill. Jill Bronson.
Yeah, Jill Ireland. I don't know if she ever took his name because, you know, women are independent. It's the 70s, but she does have a baby. And
Is it Kathy Ireland?
It might be. We should Google that. Could be, dude, because, you know, nepotism. So she's home with the baby and the baby's nurse. It says nurse, but I'm assuming like nanny, you know? And the nanny's name is Zizi.
Top. Sorry, man.
I'm sorry, I just spit
It's
all
one
over
big
my
bearded
face.
nanny.
Yuck. All right, I can't get my shit back together. Okay, so the wife sees, I'm sorry, what's her name? Jill? Okay, so Jill, babe wife, and the baby and the nanny are in the backyard. They see a giant sphere. And this is the middle of the fucking day, by the way, which I always find fascinating. When you see
I like
a
that
UFO
all
in the-
these seem to be during the day.
Yeah, crazy.
Daytime
right?
UFO is like 10 times crazier than
Legit.
nighttime UFO.
Yeah. So the same way I feel like if you have a job, that means you're a credible source. If you see a UFO during the day, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's during the day. That's just crazy. So she sees a big sphere in the backyard, middle of the day. She said that if it wasn't the middle of the day, she could tell you more. But because the sun was so bright and the craft, if we want to call it that, was made of like a mirror, so it was blinding. And so she couldn't get a good beat on it because the sun was bouncing off of it and it was too bright to really see. But she said that she thinks it was round with like a dome or a tower kind of on the right side. And she said that it was just back there. And then it just went up really fast and disappeared. And that was it. That was all that happened.
Wow.
Like I said, Charlie didn't see shit. But, you know, like a lot of these people, when they see a giant metallic ball of fire in their backyard, they call the cops.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so it did come up a couple of times. And also, I think in some interviews and stuff. And Charles Bronson always like stuck by his wife's story and was like, I don't know why she would ever make something like that up. But I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what happened. No one said that they also saw it or anything like that. But the family, for the rest of their lives, says that they like believe in UFOs. So that's Charles Bronson. I don't know, you guys got anything to say about that?
No, I mean, it's a wild story. I always find a UFO story. I honestly find ones that are so simple, very compelling. That, sometimes the less detail, the more convinced I am.
Totally.
That's like, I saw this metallic sphere that went up in the sky and that was it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, there's no need to like pack it full of like super interesting things. It's like, I don't know, this is just what happened.
Yeah. I find those to be credible.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Let's do the Shatner thing. He's just like, I was hot in the desert and I walked to the right.
Sounds like your motorcycle was heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was sandy on the other way.
Got to a gas station.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Whatever, Billy. Okay. So now we're going to go to Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, Rat Pack.
Yeah, he was a singer. He was an actor. He was a comedian. He was in the Rat Pack. He had multiple UFO sightings, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
that dude was high on a lot of drugs back then.
Whatever. You're on a lot of drugs back then. Okay. So
maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just, I don't want to throw anyone under a bus or out someone for being a drug addict by any means, but
I have no idea whether or not he was on a lot of drugs, but I'm going to say he probably was. Didn't they like invent cocaine back then? Wasn't it everywhere? I don't know what they were on. Anyway, he said, you know what? This is kind of across the board with almost all of the stories I have already told you. I failed to mention that no one was afraid. And so Sammy Davis Jr., his chapter in this book is subtitled, I'm Not Afraid. He said that he was never afraid of the aliens or whatever it is that pilots the UFOs. And I feel like a lot of people have the same reaction when you ask if they're scared. They say no, and lots experience some sort of calm. This is also... Sammy Davis Jr. saw multiple UFOs, or I should say he saw UFOs multiple times. And this is in the 1950s. And so what he describes seeing is kind of your classic, saucer with the dome on top. But it's not classic yet, right? And like these stories aren't widespread like they are now. So it I think lends some credibility to what he's saying as well, because it's like he's describing what other people are describing at the same time, but they haven't had time to talk to each other yet or see each other's stories in the paper or whatever. It's the early 1950s when this stuff is starting to pop off. So
and he's also like one of those people too that like he has nothing to gain.
Nothing to gain.
By
nothing
saying
to
any
gain.
of this stuff.
Yeah, and literally everything to lose.
Sure.
So he says his most impressive sighting was outside Palm Springs, California. That's one of the other things I think I quote these guys a lot because just the way they talk is so. My most impressive sighting was in Palm Springs. I don't talk like that, but he does. So Sammy says that he was with a group when they spotted discs literally just floating overhead. They said that the discs would stand still and then they would boom, take off, and then they would boom, stop, and then they did this for a while, and him and his group of buddies are watching this. And then eventually one of the times that they boom, stop, and then they boom, flash away, just totally gone into fucking outer space, out of sight. And so we don't have technology like that. That wasn't an airplane, So again, in his words, his most impressive sighting.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it seems like there are more UFO sightings in the desert.
Right?
Is it because there is more open space, more open sky that we can see a lot more sky at once? What do you guys think? I've honestly never thought about it. It just kind of occurred to me that most sightings a lot of them happen in the desert.
There might be a lot of sightings everywhere, and it's just that there's less distraction out there, to your point, where it is like there's nothing else to see. So they just become more visible.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Or it's just that there's a lot of theories about UFOs showing up around nuclear test sites and things like that.
True.
That's all out in the desert.
Yeah.
I think I believe a little bit of the nuclear theory that aliens are trying to stop us from blowing ourselves up. And so they come around the nuke sites and they tell us to stop fucking around with nukes.
There's also, a lot of theories that if an alien ship were to make it to our planet, they would have to be using like a nuclear power source to do so. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if there is an element of it's a technology that's familiar to them. So maybe that's what makes them gravitate.
Oh, and there may be sites.
Maybe they're looking to gas up.
Or they're observing us to see if
tanks.
we're about to reach their level.
Oh, yeah.
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 Could be an advanced team looking to see if they need to blow us up forever.
Right.
Yeah, they're just looking to see like, oh, shit, like these people are going to be a problem if they get out here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Or they're just watching us be dumb idiots. Like, they still haven't figured out the second part to the nuke thing.
Nuclear fission, which is what they're all using to transport themselves, pop around the planet on
It's
vacation.
actually element 115, but
Whatever. I mean,
obviously,
duh. Duh. Okay. Okay. One of my theories. So I talked about this a little bit with the Dulce episode, and I did research the Hudson Valley incident as well.
Hudson Valley UFO.
Every time. One of the things that I found in my research was that there's a lot of, I don't know. I did research it, but I definitely forget, like tectonic plates or some kind of shit in the ground where there's a lot of minerals and a lot of deposits of stuff. Ore and whatnot, you know? So maybe there's some ore and whatnot out in the desert. And so that's why aliens and UFOs be out there, because they're like, oh, here's the ore and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, they need our precious metals.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently the aliens need a lot of gold.
Quartz.
And that's what they're using us for, to mine gold for them. And that's why like we think gold is so important.
Dude, did you finally explain to me why gold is important? Because I've had a chip on my shoulder about this my entire fucking life. It's so dumb for us to... Okay, all right.
It's a theory that like our ancient alien ancestors grew us. They manufactured us to...
Yuck. Okay, gross.
To like essentially mine gold for them. We were a slave class for the aliens. And then the aliens left and we just kept doing it. Because there's no real reason gold should be this important to anybody.
Gold, like, it's the stupidest one. I can't even make it into a weapon.
Yeah, and it's so soft, but it's the best conductivity or conductor of electricity.
And that's why so many old prospectors had UFO sightings.
Did they?
But it really served no purpose. If it was like supposed to be used for conducting electricity or transferring electricity, they didn't have it when we started like mining it out of the ground. It was just some shiny thing.
Right.
So shiny.
It's pretty nice looking, but so dumb.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's go back to Sammy Davis Jr. Well, I like it. I got to say, it's the only thing that's ever made sense to me, even though you just told it to me just now. I feel like it's the truth.
Did you know that Sammy Davis Jr. is an honorary warlock in the Church of Satan?
Fuck yeah, dude. Anton LaVey knew what was up. He knew who to honor and who not to honor. I fucking love that. Yes to that.
Him and Sammy Davis
hit
Jr.
a button.
were friends.
Hit a button on the thing. Fucking button me
let's
up.
See.
Yeah.
What's this one?
Oh, sorry, Sammy. Sorry, Sammy. The board has spoken.
Okay. Somehow it was perfect. All right, so fucking honorary Prince of Satan out in the desert, Sammy Davis Jr. He's like, at the time he did find out, though, he started reading books about UFOs and getting into the UFO business, you know, doing some of his own research, and he had another sighting. So he said that he had just appeared on stage in Boston.
Less impressive, though.
Yeah. His most impressive was in Palm Springs.
This was not his most impressive.
He was in the Boston area. He was driving back to his hotel and saw a dome-shaped UFO. So all that research he started doing, he does know that other people have been seeing some dome-shaped UFOs, and so there's comfort in that, it seems like, you know, that he's not the only one out here seeing this shit. So it's the classic dome shape with the lights around it. And he said that it was so bright that it was very hard to keep his eyes on it. You know, you can't look at something that bright for a long time. He took all of this UFO stuff like super seriously. Like I said, he started researching it. He started meeting with other celebrities and asking them if they had seen UFOs also. And so this leads me to believe that there's some kind of secret fucking celebrity club of UFO people who be talking about this shit, not telling us. That's all I have to say about that. Whatever, fucking crickets. Okay. But also, while he was, meeting with his buddies, he never disclosed what Frank Sinatra thought about UFOs. Just before you guys start asking, I know you've been waiting to ask me that. He never disclosed. Okay. But he did say that he started meeting with an astronomer associated with the Air Force investigation of UFOs, and my uncle Timothy Green Beckley and myself and my entire family, I don't know, probably shouldn't speak for anybody, but we all think he saw Dr. J. Allen Hynek, our fucking buddy who used to work on Project Blue Book, who was a skeptic and became a believer and invented swamp gas or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. You know the guy. Mm-hmm. So we think Sammy Davis Jr. was in contact with him. And so he was, taking it seriously. He wasn't just I'm out here seeing UFOs and I'm not going to do anything about it. He was I want to know more.
He was involved.
Not afraid.
He was involved in the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, people. That's Sammy
instead
Davis
of an honorary member of the Church of Satan, he should be an honorary MUFON member.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if we can make that happen for him.
Posthumously, yeah.
The Mormon Church they baptize a lot of people into the Mormon Church after they're dead. Like
cool.
Elvis, they made him Mormon.
They made
after
him
he
Mormon?
died.
Yeah.
So I think we can get Sammy Davis Jr. into MUFON.
Is
all I'm saying.
Wait, is that something Elvis wanted?
No. But a huge, very long list of celebrities: Elvis, JFK, Marilyn Monroe. I think
they're all Mormon now.
Yep.
No, is it because the Mormons
I don't know,
wanted that?
hard on the names. I'm almost certain of Elvis and Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
The Mormons are we need these people on our scrolls.
Right, of course.
As members.
Yeah.
So they
just put them in there.
They just wrote them in.
Shit.
Huh.
So
I guess you can just do that. Who's going to stop? Oh, I mean, their estate can stop you from doing that, but doesn't matter.
Can they? I don't know. Let's make Sammy Davis Jr. and Elvis
an honorary MUFON
henchmen
member
for the Conspiracy General. I mean, I can't say
what
MUFON's going to do, but I can say he could be a henchman for the Conspiracy Journal.
Yeah.
See what happens.
We got a pretty simple process, and they just passed it.
we just voted on this.
Yep.
Yeah, done. Fucking cha-ching. I don't know.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, button. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Shut it.
That was fucking awesome. All right, that was a great button. All right, lay off the buttons.
I got to remember that button.
That
This is going to be a button-heavy episode. Sorry.
All right, people are going to write in stop it with the fucking buttons. All right, so...
they want more buttons.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a poll. All right, Stuart Whitman's our next dude. You guys know him?
Never heard of him.
Never heard
Stork?
of him? Sorry, I have a bad mouth.
Stuart.
Yeah.
Is that what we said? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the way you
to
say it, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Stuart.
Oh, he thinks I'm cute, you guys.
I don't know.
Okay, so...
She said it kind of
I
like
obviously have no idea who he
Mo
is.
Collins on Mad TV. Stuart.
Stuart Whitman. He's an actor, dude, back in the day. He was in the Western movies, not like this. Actually, I don't know what a spaghetti Western is, so I'm not going to say. But he was in the movies and the shows. He got some Oscar noms. He was a big deal back then. He was either really good buds or really big enemies with John Wayne.
Okay, so he was in spaghetti westerns then.
Is it spaghetti?
You went to the theater. They gave you a big plate of spaghetti while you watched the movie.
It was real dusty.
You know something? You guys be lying to me. And sometimes I believe you.
Yeah.
Because that sounds believable.
It's a great business model.
Mm-hmm. It's spaghetti because it's silly, right? Or there's whatever? No? All right.
I think it's because it's light and filling, not a lot of depth to it.
It's only a few ingredients to make these things.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And they gave you a plate of spaghetti.
Dude, I want to go there. Fucking AMC, get some spaghetti nights.
Yeah, it's taken theaters years and years to find out that people want to eat a meal while they watch the movie, and it's very popular. So
it is. You know what? You're right.
Ahead of their time.
They were. So back to Stuart Whitman.
I'm just imagining a bucket of spaghetti now instead of popcorn.
Dude, I would eat a bucket of spaghetti for sure. For sure. Sign me up for that. Give me a monthly pass.
Yeah.
I want a monthly spaghetti. I need a daily spaghetti.
Spaghetti membership. What's up with Spaghetti Stewart?
Sorry. I lost it.
Spaghetti Wilson? What's his name?
Okay. Whitman.
Spaghetti Stewart Whitman.
So it's 1965, you guys. Mm-hmm. And he gets caught up in the great blackout that happened where 15 million homes and businesses went without electricity. He was sleeping in a hotel somewhere here in the city on the 12th floor. I'm jumping right into his story, by the way.
Do we need to talk about spaghetti for a little bit longer before you get into it? Or?
Yeah, I was just making sure. You guys are good on the spaghetti, right? We know who he is. He's at the hotel. He's a fucking big-ass blackout in New York City.
Spaghetti's a big sponsor of the pod, so we got to get a couple minutes of spaghetti talk in every episode.
Shout out to meatballs, too.
I think we made
meatballs.
it. Yeah.
Oh, my meatball. Okay, so 12th floor, lights out for everybody, for 15 million buddies. And he hears his name being called to him from outside. Not Stort. No one was yelling Stort. They were yelling, Whitman, Whitman. And he's like, what the fucking hell? So he goes to the window, and on the 12th floor, right outside his window, he sees 2 glowing egg-shaped cylinders right outside his window. He said that they are, boobies. They look like boobies. Bobby's making boobies. So
I didn't know such thing.
So he said that they were clouded in a haze, which I just think of fucking smoke machines from concerts. You know what I mean? And so he said a lot of fucking haze out there, no lights, big glowing eggs.
That's a direct quote.
Shit.
Yep.
So he said, you guys think I'm funny. He didn't say that. He said this, though.
Oh, I thought that was
that was my little synopsis.
Okay.
All right. So that everybody knows where we're at. And so now here's a direct quote. And I quote, I could tell that one was bright orange in color and the other was phosphorescent blue. So I Googled phosphorescent because I didn't know what that meant for the people. You know, I know what it means, but like the people don't, so I got to tell you that I Googled it, and basically it means glow in the dark.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
like a blue raspberry kind of situation.
What?
It's like
What
when
do
you
you
think of like a blue, like glow stick.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just.
Yeah.
Or like a blue raspberry Slurpee, or like blue raspberry candy, that like electric blue.
Electric blue,
Yeah, like that shade of blue for sure. But I went down this whole fucking rabbit hole of like, what is phosphorescent light, you know? And it's fucking crazy. And Bobby, I'm going to really need you to do an episode on it so that you can explain it to me,
No
how
problem.
there's light that only happens when it's dark and it's neon.
Yeah.
What's that? It's like
We'll
crazy.
do a
It's trippy.
continuation of our black hole series about phosphorescent light.
Yeah.
Cool. It just reminds me, there's a line, it's from a Tool song when he says phosphorescent desert buttons. And he's just talking about like peyote.
Yeah.
Or is he?
Or is he?
Or is he?
Or it's all aliens. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tool's very alien heavy. So.
Yeah, for sure. Desert alien guys.
So Stuart's checking out his blue raspberry and his orange UFO.
His blue raspberry eggs.
It sure is. And so, all right, so what happens next? A little fucked up. So he says that he knows, like, telepathically that these beings, these eggs, meant him no harm or malice.
We've heard this before.
Yeah.
We have heard this before. They be saying this.
Pascagoula, they hit him up telepathically to say specifically the same thing.
That's
we
right.
mean you no harm.
That's right. We mean you no harm.
We're
And
like super chill.
so chill. Don't mind our big ass glowing eggs. It's fine. So they whatever say that they picked him. They tell him why him, which I feel like is really nice.
We like the cut of your jib, Stuart.
No, he said that he is that he has no hatred in his heart.
Whoa.
Isn't that so cute? Our little spaghetti. And so that's why they picked him. And they said that they were concerned about our continued use of uncontrolled nuclear weapons and about the chaos and lack of morality that is now existing on our planet. So back to my belief in the nuclear theory, I think that this is true. I think everything Spaghetti Store is saying is real and aliens are here so that we stop fucking around with nukes. And so he said that they said that we are dealing with unknown quantities and that we don't fully understand nor comprehend that these space people or aliens are trying to prevent us from harming ourselves. And he says that basically the aliens or space people, whatever you want to call them, the eggs, are controlling the electric. And so they're saying we turn the fucking lights out to 15 million people right now as like a warning to show you what we can do. And Spaghetti Stort was like, I was like kind of on the fence about that. But then when I started talking about this a month later, we had a second blackout. And so for whatever reason to him, that meant like confirmed the aliens control the electric. And so we should do what they say or they're going to kill our electric.
It's almost like a certain group of people controlling the weather. Never mind.
What are you trying to say about that? So, I mean, that's pretty much like that's it. He doesn't have any way to prove this. He doesn't get, brought into the Church of Satan or anything cool like that. Like, everyone just kind of is like, whatever, dude. And, I mean, I think he's right.
When in our history did it become like taboo to bring up aliens? I'm curious. Like, we should know this probably, but like it seems like there was a certain point in our culture that it was just like, oh, you're a lunatic if you say aliens. But like, it seems very recent because even back in the day, again, people that didn't have to say anything, they had nothing to gain from it. They're just like, oh yeah, I saw this thing. I don't know what it was. Mm-hmm. And then at a certain point in time, it got to a point of like, you were afraid to say anything because you were going to be labeled as like a crazy person.
Right. Well, Greg, I have to tell you, you taught me this. It's a fucking psyop.
Of course it is.
And so they're trying to fucking misinform us.
But I'm just trying to figure out like what was probably the first case where like people started like really slandering people and dragging them into media and like who was
behind the psyop?
No, but who was maybe the first person that was made an example of to like don't speak out about this stuff anymore?
I don't know about the first person, but I know that in a lot of cases the Christian church like will paint UFO is like a devil, as like a satanic thing, anything outside of that realm. So I could see there being a bridge there for you're crazy, you're a heretic, kind of those. I see that there would be a bridge there with the church and their views on anything that aren't explained. It's okay, like miracles and magic are okay as long as they fit within this framework. But if they get outside of that, they're satanic.
Right. And that, I'm just thinking maybe like the first person that we have that would be in pop culture would probably be someone like Bob Lazar, because he was very outspoken. And at a certain point, like he always did things anonymously and then came out and was like, yeah, this has been me, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he was the one that was constantly dragged in the media, constantly like set up to look and be painted a certain way. And yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting because like, yeah, from like the 50s to about the 80s, like people would just come out and say these things, and it got brushed aside, and no one really thought anything of it. But it wasn't until very much more recent that it became like oh, you're crazy, don't talk about UFOs, you lunatic.
Right.
I did a little digging.
Yeah.
Okay. Did a little research. Mm-hmm. The taboo surrounding the discussion of UFOs became firmly entrenched in the early to mid-1950s, primarily driven by a deliberate U.S. government public relations campaign to minimize public anxiety and maintain focus on Cold War national security threats.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But even then, like it didn't seem like it was as prevalent as it was, say, in like the 80s into the 90s, maybe early 2000s. Like there was like a good 30-year stretch there that was just like people were really painted out to be crazy if you said anything about seeing a UFO. Whereas like in the 50s, like there could have been that concerted effort, but like people still said it. And then it was just like, okay, yeah, whatever. He said he saw a UFO. Like no one really thought anything of it. But yeah, there was like this actual like.
I wonder if it seems like in that era, it seems like some of this, we started to get more abduction stories rather than sighting stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the abduction stories seem much easier to paint a person as crazy.
Right.
That's
like,
true.
And I mean, like we as human beings, we really want to understand things, and things that don't fit into our understanding, we are afraid of. Mm-hmm. And so it's much easier to call a person crazy than to entertain the idea that they might have been abducted by aliens.
Yeah, maybe it was that. Maybe it was like the abduction side of things that like took it a little bit too far, and it was like, oh, here's a way that we can actually like start painting people in a certain light.
Yeah. Who do we got next?
All right. So coming up next is Jimi Hendrix.
Jimmy.
Of course.
Oh, shit.
Of course.
Voodoo, baby. All right. So the thing about Jimi Hendrix is he's fucking out there, dude. He basically...
He was an alien, man.
Yo, not even fucking kidding you. This is a quote from the fucking New York Times where they're like, you know, like, did... Jimi Hendrix admits seeing a UFO and once told a reporter from the New York Times that he, in fact, was really from Mars. You know, he's basically like, I am a fucking alien.
Lean into that
you
shit.
guys are fucking nuts. Everybody's nuts. Everything is nuts. He says, this is a quote. I'm not sure if it was from that New York Times article or from somewhere else, but he says that there are people in the solar system, you know, they have the same feelings too, not necessarily bad feelings, but you see it upsets their way of living, for instance. And they're all a whole lot, they're a whole lot heavier than we are.
Yep.
Sorry, I killed
Sounds
Bobby.
right.
Killed Bobby with my fucking burnout voice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. This whole thing's a lot heavier than we are. Like we can't understand. Okay, so Jimmy has a couple of, so we can't really pin him down on fucking anything because he is like on acid all the time. And so UFOs though just happen to show up while Jimi Hendrix is playing multiple times. So like his fans and, you know, parts of his.
I can guess why.
Yeah, because it's fucking why? Because why?
Huh? No,
Why?
go ahead.
What?
Go.
What?
Well, if his fans are like,
It-
I'm
yeah.
assuming
If he's on a lot of LSD,
Heavy
then maybe
drugs.
his fans are as well.
Whatever, you fucking hater. Fucking debunker or whatever. So, okay. So one of his last concerts, he is performing on the rim of an extinct volcano in Maui. Of course, man.
Hell yeah.
You know, like that's where you gotta be, dude. You gotta be the higher up, you know, you get to the aliens, you know? So
the higher the hair, the closer to Jesus.
That's right. That's right. So witnesses later said that in between his sets that they would hear musical tones coming from the rocks and from the stones, and that UFOs were sighted over the volcano by people who called in to the local radio show. There was a cameraman on set that said he fell from his perch after seeing a UFO through his lens. Could you imagine? I don't know if you guys ever pay attention to where the cameraman is at like outdoor festivals, but that guy's up high, bro.
Yeah.
He was probably on acid too.
I just
though,
don't.
right?
The guys who are like, "Yo, man, the rocks are singing,
Singing,
man.
They're
Did
talking
you
to
hear
me,
that,
Fuck,
dude?"
bro.
Here's the thing. I don't want to diminish anyone's sighting or their experience in what happened or like what they saw and like what they were doing at the time. It's very easy for people to just be like, they were on drugs.
Right.
And like, I did it with Sammy Davis Jr. I'm doing it now with Jimi Hendrix, but like, I'm not trying to downplay anything there. I just think with Jimi Hendrix specifically, it's probably more of a solution to what was going on. But
Sure.
also, I 100% believe people see UFOs.
I gotta say, Greg, I'm with you. I both absolutely believe this story and absolutely don't believe this story at the same time.
I just want to come back to the fact that he's playing a concert on the tip of the edge of a volcanic crater.
Yeah, dude.
That's
fucking
It's
awesome.
fucking awesome.
pretty wild. Man.
I'd go.
Yeah.
Right
That's
on.
I don't love listening to old people tell me stories about how cool it was when they were young.
Except for this one.
Like, but that one I'd listen to.
Yeah,
They'd
for
be like,
sure.
I saw Jimi Hendrix out on a volcano.
Yeah.
I'd be like, excuse me, sir?
What? How'd you get
You'd
there?
almost think they were like fucking with you.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
like an
just a-
acid trip in itself.
That's
For
just
sure.
a story they made up. You were in your bedroom listening to Jimi Hendrix on vinyl.
And you
tripping
felt
balls.
like you were on a volcano.
And then they told me that they saw a UFO while it was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While the rocks were talking to them.
So one of Jimi Hendrix's bandmates or whatever, he was a songwriter. I don't know if he like played any instrument or not. I'm sure that I could look that up and be better researched than I am with my psychotic fucking pink highlighter and Post-its everywhere. But all I have is he was there. He was a songwriter. He was in the inner circle. And so he said he knew all about this episode involving the UFO in Maui. He said that it looked like a odd looking craft that glittered in the bright sunlight. And Jimmy felt for certain that the UFO had...
This is during the day too?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, during the day, dude. Right?
Yeah. Okay, continue.
It's legit, Greg. It's during the day.
Yeah.
So anyway, he was certain that the UFO had come down to put his spiritual stamp of approval on the show, man.
Hell yeah.
He told me that he had been emotionally and physically recharged by the experience.
Imagine shredding so hard.
The alien
UFO comes down to be like, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. I'm not going to use it, but I want to hit the fucking shred it button. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Man. All right. Yeah. Curtis Knight, our fucking songwriter homie dude. He's like, here's another fucking story for you guys. We were out near Woodstock in 1965. Jimmy and his, posse may have fucking frozen to death if it wasn't for some fucking aliens. So they're out there and they say, this actually, you know what? Buckle up, dude. This one's a fucking loop. So, so they're in their fucking beat up car. I don't know why it's beat up, but it is. And it's snowing like a fucking blizzard. The wind's whipping, the snow is fucked up, and they end up in a drift that the snow is higher than their hood. They're stuck as fuck. They're cold as fuck. Half the band is in the back, huddled together, asleep under blankets, because you know how musicians be sleeping in the car. They were asleep. But Jimmy and Curtis and I guess the driver are out, and they don't know what to do. They're panicking. They're stuck. They can't get the car to start. And Curtis says that a bright phosphorescent object, cone-shaped like a space capsule, lands in the snow about 100 feet up ahead. And he said it stood on tripod landing gear.
Oh, shit.
And, right? I know. Why does that make it so much more fucking legit?
It's very
landing
War of the
gear.
Worlds.
Yeah, landing gear comes down. The fucking phosphorescent object is there. And, sorry, I fucking blacked out. I blacked out.
How many times can you say phosphorescent before you black out?
Cone with landing gear pops down.
Yeah, tripod landing gear. Boom, we're down. We're on the ground. Homie Curtis, who's telling the story, he's like, fucking, I can't believe my eyes. He's like, I don't know if I'm about to freeze to death and I'm having a delusion or some shit, but I'm losing my mind. And so he said, he's like, nudging Jimmy with his elbow. He's like, what the fuck, right? And Jimmy doesn't answer, but he like sort of smiles at him. And so basically what he's saying is that like Jimmy's in a trance. Mm-hmm. Jimmy's in a trance. I'm seeing this fucking crazy ass thing. There's a big ass picture of Curtis and Jimi Hendrix. That's fucking weird. Everybody, when you buy the book, it's on page 28. It's intense. Okay, so out of the fucking craft, a fucking door opens and like a thing comes down and a dude comes out. He said he's 8 feet tall. His skin was yellowish, and instead of eyes, the creature just had slits, and his forehead came to a point. I don't know what that means, like cone heads? I don't know. But he ran straight into his chest, leaving okay, sorry, I gotta back up. So his cone head came like right out of his chest. So he had no neck, basically.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I got tongue.
He's like a literal star man.
Yeah, dude. Dude. Bro. Yeah. Okay, so so this fucking Starman comes floating, gliding across the fucking snow over to his car. And as he's coming over, Curtis notices that the snow is melting. This Starman is radiating so much fucking heat that all the snow has disappeared in all directions. And he said it seemed like it just like took seconds. So he comes over to right where Jimmy is seated. He looks right through the window, and Jimmy seems to be communicating telepathically with it. And then like as he's witnessing them have this telepathic moment, Curtis realizes that all of a sudden the he's hot. He's like roasting fucking hot. All of that cold is gone. And he compares it to being in Haiti. Like all of the sudden it's like tropical fucking hot and all of the snow has evaporated. They're no longer quote unquote imprisoned in their van. And the thing just fucking glides back behind the truck and like melts all the snow everywhere and goes back to its ship. And Curtis fucking turns the key. The car comes on and he says he fucking guns it. And I quote, the hell out of there. And so after that, the homies in the back.
Like the whole band in the car, you said?
Yeah, homies in the back were asleep the whole time. So they didn't see shit. They're like, yeah, guys are nuts. And Curtis is like kind of tripping. He's like, yo, what the fuck just happened? And Jimmy, this is a quote from Curtis, Jimmy just sort of let me know that the cool thing to do was not to bring it up, man.
Classic Jimmy, dude. Classic Jimmy.
Yeah. And so that was that. That's the fucking crazy story, dude.
That's pretty wild. Jimmy, the Jimmy portrayed in this version by his friend reminds me of Wooderson from Diz Confused.
Yeah, totally.
He's
Are you
like,
cool, man?
You know what, man? You saw a UFO? It's pretty cool to not talk about it.
Be cooler if you didn't, you know?
Yeah.
So our next celebrity up is also a musician, Ace Frehley from
Of course.
Kiss, who
Of Guar.
Rest in peace. He died last year. He was also who nicknamed Timothy Green Beckley Mr. UFO.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So back in this time, Beckley was, again, writing for all kinds of different rock and roll magazines, and he fucking loved Kiss because they had like a theatrical thing. They were like horror movie makeup.
And the whole package, man. They really had a cool, unique thing going on.
Exactly. He was super into them. He followed them around for 3 years. And at this time, it's not like the internet now, you know what I mean? At this time, if you wanted to get an interview with a fucking rock star, you had to be backstage. You had to be at the back doors and try to, you know, shove your recording device and your microphone in their face and ask them some questions and hope they responded. And so there were kind of like a group of guys who would do this, and Beckley was one of them.
I can imagine your uncle doing this, just like knowing like what he looked like back in the that time, and then just standing around outside like back doors of theaters, just like waiting. I'm picturing him with his like little like curly fro and his big sunglasses.
Exactly.
Still on, but like it's nighttime and he's just like
Totally.
like a leisure suit or something on.
Yeah. Open to like the fifth button, just chest out, fucking looking like a pimp, you know? And one of the things that Ace said, or one of the things that I guess made him a little bit different than the other guys who were doing this, was what he looked like. He always had he had some flair, you know, he had great outfits, and he also had questions about like aliens and UFOs when no one else did. Yeah. And so Ace was like, oh, you're the UFO guy. Like, I remember you, you know? And so that's how he got Mr. UFO.
That's awesome.
As
so
a nickname.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Really, really cool. So one day though, Ace has a fucking UFO story. And so basically, he says he's flying the band's flying around, and they're on tour. They're flying back from LA to New York. Their flight got delayed for like 6 or 7 hours or something. So you know what that's like. Everyone's a real fucking party pooper in the airport, you know? And so a lot of people don't make it. The flight is pretty empty. Like a lot of people just, you know, call it and go to a hotel or whatever. And so the band makes it on the plane. Ace finds like a fucking empty row in the back, and he's going to lay out on it. And for some reason, he says that he just felt like an eerie feeling just overwhelm him for whatever reason. And it was actually irritating. He was like, I want to go to sleep. Like, what, you know? And he looks out the window and he notices a bright ball of light out the window to his right. He blinks once or twice to make certain that it wasn't some sort of illusion or light bouncing. And sure enough, the thing is still there. He says, and I quote, "It looked like an enormous baseball, and its actions were completely erratic, moving from side to side. The UFO remained in view for a brief period and then darted off, traveling quite rapidly. I know it wasn't a satellite or another plane. We were pretty high up when it appeared, leaving me to conclude it must be a UFO."
Well, yeah, the U there would be the UFO. He can't identify it.
You sound like a party pooper in the airport, Greg. All right, because it sounds like a pretty compelling fucking UFO to me.
No, it does. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, he's, I guess it's a UFO. It's like, you don't know what it is, and it's flying. So.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Fine. That's
just
fine.
made me think of the song "Great Balls of Fire" about UFOs.
Oh my God, that's in here.
The way he was described. Well, there you go.
Yeah, he says that. Okay. Somewhere. I lost it. I lost everything because, here it is. Look. Great ball of fire.
There you go.
You look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goodness gracious.
All right. Our next one. All right. Let's do the Moody Blues. All right. So they were.
I love these are all of such a time.
Yeah,
It's a very specific period. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the Moody Blues guys, and this one is like super fucking quick. They were just outside London after a show. And one of the band members saw something following their car. And I just think that, like, it's, again, all these, like, we have the desert here in America, or in England, there's, like, the Stonehenge area, or, like, some farmland outside of London. There's, like, these hot spots, I feel like, that come up from time to time, And so I like to think that there's, like, areas that mean something, and one day we'll find out what it means and why they keep going there. They being aliens, not us. But anyway, so he says that, like, basically it's, again, one of these stories where the band left a show and everybody's asleep in the car, except him. And so he said that it's following them. And at first I was convinced that it was an aircraft. However, it acted peculiar. I can't say that word because I have say it for me.
Peculiarly?
Yeah, thank you.
You have a bad mouth, as you stated
bad
before.
mouth. And so what was really strange was that when it passed nearby, there was no other traffic on the road in any direction, and there was no noises or anything. He said that it made him feel like he was mesmerized, as if he was in a dream. And he gave the description that it looked like a fat cigar with a low protrusion on top, with 7 dull red lights on it. The upper half of the object appeared metallic, where the lower half was red and pulsed from left to right. After it left, they said, the band said that they felt like an overwhelming feeling of dread and panic. And so that's one of the ones where it's like, we know this. I'm a Calvin. I'm full of dread and panic. All of this shit scares me so much. I can't handle it.
I've heard that, the fat cigar. I forget what story, but I've heard that used as a description before.
Yeah.
And it was not the Moody Blues. I would have remembered that.
Yeah. All right, so our next one up is a fucking starman himself, Mr. David Bowie. How Beckley knows Bowie, he actually had the privilege and the honor to meet and hang out with Bowie a couple of times because of this woman, Wally Emlark, who was this white witch here in the city. She was a regular speaker at the New York School of Occult and Art Science, which is a school that Timothy Beckley was the director for most of the 1970s. And so David Bowie would meet up with Wally to consult on all kinds of stuff. But he wanted to know basically about his future and what kind of, he went to her for advice on career moves and, private relationship stuff and whatnot. And so because of his connection to Wally, he was able to interview David Bowie, and this is what's in the book. And so Bowie actually put together a UFO magazine back in England. Like, that's how involved he was with UFOs. Like, he was putting the good word out. And he said that he would have frequent sightings and sometimes saw as many as 5 or 6 crafts at a time. And he said at one point they would come over on such a regular basis to the point that they could time them. So like him and his buddies would go out and watch for UFOs. And it got to the point where like they could sit there and like time the UFOs. Sometimes they stood still, and other times they would move so fast that it was hard to keep a steady eye on them. But I mean, Bowie didn't get too much into more details. He didn't say what shape they were or anything like that. Just that like he was out there. He was watching the sky and he was taking notes. So our next one is.
Oh, before you move on from that, there is
okay. skywatching.com.
Along with the book that all of this is coming out of, if you want more information on that David Bowie story, you can find it at David Bowie, UFOs, Witchcraft, Cocaine, and Paranoia. Black and white version is available on Amazon and conspiracyjournal.com. It's the occult saga of Wally Elmark, the, quote, rock and roll witch of New York.
That's right.
Nice.
You better believe I'm going to be doing an episode on her this year.
And that's also by Tim Beckley, Tim Schwartz, and Carol Ann Rodriguez.
That's right. Carol, fun fact, was roommates with Wally back in the day.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Very cool.
So the next one up is Mr. John Lennon.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. All right. So
Can
he was
you
in
imagine?
a band called he was in a band called the Beatles. They were kind of a big deal. He got married to this bitch named Yoko Ono.
Whoa.
She rules. I'm sorry I said it like that. I didn't mean it. Yoko, you rule. Yo, you.
Yeah, she broke up the
rule.
Beatles.
Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. I don't give a shit. She was fucking rad. Anyway, I meant it like you know, in a good way. Whatever. Anyway, this is fucking gossipy as fuck. So during a break, you know, like fucking what's her face and what's his face and friends, we were on a break.
Ross and Rachel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's on a break with Yoko, and he gets a girlfriend named May Pang. Looks a lot like Yoko. Just saying. Just saying. I always find that really fucking weird.
What exactly are you just saying?
They all look alike? What are you saying?
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Even the way she's dressed.
I
and
saw the
everything.
picture. She's right. Yeah.
It's like a younger version of Yoko almost.
I just think it's like, it's always a thing to me when a guy starts dating somebody who looks exactly like their ex. You know, I'm always like, it's kind of a weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It makes me upset. All right. So so John Lennon was really into I Ching and trying to figure out his fucking future. He was always doing like astrology shit. He was seeing psychics. He was doing all kinds of shit to try to, I don't know what his destiny was, you know? In the book, I'm going to quote, it seems that he was trying to understand his greatness and the impact he had on millions growing up in a very confused and almost lost generation. And I think that's quoted by May Pang. So what happens is they have an apartment on the Upper East Side. Yoko lives on the west side of the park. They're on the east side of the park. And so I'm going to assume they were having sex because he was naked. He goes outside on the balcony naked. For whatever reason, this is important to the story. I don't think so, but it's mentioned a couple times in his birthday suit. He goes out there and he sees a fucking UFO. So he starts screaming to May to come out there. And she's like, fucking, I'll be right there. And he's like, no, come out here. And so she comes out there and this is all, during this time that this book is written, he's already dead. And so this is all from the girlfriend. So she goes out there and she sees a shape that was like a flattened cone. And on top was a large, brilliant red light, not pulsating as it would on an aircraft we would see going to the airport. So she says that it was, sorry, my fucking Post-its are in my way. She said that it was the size of a Learjet. I have no idea what that means. That Post-it was me trying to look that up and forgot. So it was the size of a Learjet, whatever that means. And it was so close that if we had something to throw at it, we probably could have hit it.
It's like hit it with a baseball.
Hudson Valley UFO.
That's right, boys. That's right.
Let's put that on the soundboard.
Yeah.
Just drop that into things every once in a while.
So to reference, we've heard this before. So a guy in the Hudson Valley said that if, he saw a spaceship and it was so close, if he had a baseball bat, he could hit it. Okay. So now she says basically like we have fucking helicopters and planes flying around here all the time. I know what I saw. It wasn't a plane. It wasn't a helicopter. It was a fucking UFO. And they tried to take some pictures, but they came out overexposed. But they did try, which I'm like, fucking good on you. She said that they called the police. That's how excited they were. And the police told her to keep calm. We love it when you say that. Women, we love when you tell us to keep calm.
Hey, relax. Relax.
Calm down.
Calm down, girl.
So they said, calm down. Other people had seen it and called too. And so I don't know how that's calming, but thank you, Mr. Officer. She said for the rest of the night, John just kept saying, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We saw a flying saucer. And she said, as confirmation as the sighting, John wrote down what he saw, and it became a part of his Walls and Bridges album. Yep. And then she just says that he used to subscribe to the British UFO magazine, which may be the same one that David Bowie was involved in. It was called the Flying Saucer Review. And he never really let it go. You know, he was into UFOs the rest of his life. And so it's pretty rad. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was John Lennon's story. I've lost all my notes. My book's falling apart. I'm all fucked up. So that ends part 1 of celebrity UFO sightings. We're going to do part 2 next month. We've got a lot more celebrities to tell you about. But if you're a celebrity or you've seen a celebrity who's seen a UFO,
or if you've seen a celebrity see a UFO.
Yeah, that too. Call us at the Strange Exchange, 929-445-3705.
If you have photos of celebrities seeing UFOs, that'd be even cooler too.
If you sold them with the weed or the acid that got them to see a UFO on top of a volcano, give us a call at the Strange Exchange. Actually, don't.
Yeah, also, if you were at that Jimi Hendrix concert on the volcano, I want to hear about it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.